I love this beat. Check me out. Yeah. Hey, yo, I come clean like J. Rue. You ain't a part of this. One man army on niggas. This ain't a partnership. Ain't no one that's as hard as this. My flow dumb like Beavis. You butt head niggas.
This is Conversations Crete Podcast with sweet Momma G. And we're going to make some things happen because I know y'all see the topic up there. That topic is modern day women equals no peace and high maintenance. And I think this is going to be a real interesting one tonight. Make sure y'all in the comments and participate. And we got the phone lines going on as well. And the phone number is right down at the bottom on the scrolling banner down there. So at 470-493-9928. And we want to hear what you guys have to say along with what we're doing here. Now, y'all know how I usually kick it off. And I ain't going to change a thing. Yes, I'm about to kick it off. Hold up one second. Let me get to where I need to be at.
I got to do my mental health check. You know, while my voice still available.
Yeah, go ahead, sweet mama. My bad. I apologize.
Greetings and salutation, street tactians. Welcome to Conversations with Crete and Sweet Momma G. It's Friday night, April 21st, 2023. And you know how we roll. We on our evening time. So we always do our mental health check-in from 1 through 5, 5 being your most fabulous. 1, you need self-care and support. And hopefully you won't need any extra self-care because I think my cousin going to take advantage that I'm not feeling well. And he's going to start some shenanigans with this topic. So I see some of his little friends coming in, but I know the SMG tribe got my back because y'all know I'm not feeling well. So come on through my tribe and stick up for me because my voice may go. So 1 through 5.
Oh, my bad, cuz I was showing sympathy. Go ahead.
Drop y'all numbers in the chat. So, Crete, how you feeling?
Give me 1 sec. Shout out to Baylana pulling up in here. Hey, good evening, everyone. And shouts out to my peoples, Miss Amelia. Good evening.
Your peoples.
Because I found out, our peoples. I found out that is a childhood family friend.
Really?
That I found out.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Amelia, for the 5. And thank you so much, Baylana, for coming in. And Darren for coming in. And anybody else that's on the live feed, make sure y'all pop on so that we can give y'all the deserved shout outs. Now, me, once again, cousin, I'm a 5. If I'm a 3, I'm gonna make myself a 5. It's all in the mental. Okay, it's in the mental. So you ain't gotta worry about me coming on here with a tight face. I know you would love that, wouldn't you? What's wrong with you? No, yeah. I'm good. I'm gonna be good every week. Okay. And you know what's gonna piss you off sometime?
Oh,
it might even be 2.
Oh, I want 2 of y'all. No, sir. Bring it back down.
Yeah.
Bring it back down.
Yeah, it might be 2 of me.
I got to throw some pictures up.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I ain't even gonna say nothing. I got a surprise for you, but not tonight though. Not tonight. Okay. All right. So I'm great though, cuz I'm great. Whatever comes towards me, I take a deep breath, adjust my attitude, and go at it and make it a positive move. So
no, sir, in that comment. Yeah, I love that you're 5.
Don't be no sir.
Keep the sunshine going. Keep the sunshine going.
Hey, Darren, give us a little minute. Yeah, we'll send it. She hating, the last couple of weeks she had a little, her little soldiers.
Oh, they coming
stepping
in.
On my neck.
They're gonna come in.
Okay.
They're gonna come in. They're gonna help support me while I'm a little ill.
Hey, Darren, where are you at on the mental health check? Let us know. Baylana, where you at on the health check? Let us know. Anybody else on the live feed, let us know what your mental health check is. Meanwhile, modern day women equal no peace, high maintenance. And if any of y'all got smoke with that, please let me know. We got my brother Dougie in the building. Dougie said, coming to the stage, I'm a 4, but I have my Pop-Tart and almond milk, so I'll be a 5 soon. Hello, good peoples. Thank you for sharing that with us, Dougie, and thank you for coming through. Also, we have Miss J coming in, said, hey, at Crete and Sweet Mama G, I'm a 5. Thank you so much, Miss J, for that participation on your mental health check. And Baylana said she's a 5 as well here tonight. Good.
All
That's
right.
what we want to hear.
Yes,
So
come on through. Come on through. SMG try. Come on, Miss J. See, my backup coming.
Hold on now. Hold on.
Help me out, y'all. Bayliner, Miss J, help me out. I'm sick tonight.
Bruh.
Anyway, all right, so here we go. Now we're gonna kick it off just like this. Modern day women equal no peace but high maintenance. We are now living in a day where men and women are very different from the traditional ways. And on this show, which is Conversations in Crete with Sweet Mama G, we meet up with you guys on a weekly to talk about relationships and life. And we appreciate y'all once again for being here with us. Today, we're talking about modern day women. So let's start here in reference to the modern day woman. Modern women, at least the way a modern woman today is, would often be the opposite of that. She may tend to idealize equality in relationships. And a modern woman might prefer to lead in the relationship and may rather focus on career and education first before marriage and children. For some modern women, having family and children is an option that they can leave or take and still be happy. They also tend to be a lot more liberal in their views. Modern women can still be religious or spiritual to an extent, but their view on marriage, relationships, and the world aren't that dictated by those more conservative ideals. Now, anybody have any problems with that? Let us know.
So let's go back to something you said. See, I held it as long as I could without interrupting. So go back to the part where you say women preferred or something about going to college. Read that little part right there.
See if I can find that for you, cousin.
Yeah. So guess what? If you notice all the schools and everything going on, we got pushed to go into college right after high school. It wasn't a push to be anybody's wife. It was a push to go to college. You see on these little announcements on Instagram, Jane Doe had $1.3 million in scholarships. They pushed that. They didn't push, we're going to teach you to be a woman. They didn't even have home economic classes. Now, I took them because I'm a little seasoned in age. I took that for fun.
Half a honey.
Not yet. Don't be smart. So I took it for fun because my dad cooked. I like to cook. I took sewing because that was an elective. I didn't want to swim to mess my hair up anymore once I got, older. So it was just things I like to do.
Half a honey.
Here we go. So, but the kids don't have those things now. They're teaching them finance, economics. We didn't have that when we was going to school, no financial literacy class in middle school. Not at all. Save your money. Go to college. It's being pushed. It's a pushed agenda. And most of the time that our family members could not afford it. So now we have a lot of folk, especially I'm talking about certain populations, we're pushing now. We have hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans. So you come into a relationship possibly with thousands of dollars in debt, possibly when it's time for you to get married.
Can I say something, cousin?
What's up?
I agree with you up and down every word you just said. And I know it's a rare.
See, that's why
let me ask you this. That's why you sick. But let me ask you this. This is what I want to ask you. When you say they are pushing it, who are you mean by they?
So just like, okay, look how easy it is to get a student loan, but I'm gonna use African American because that's what I am.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for me to get a student loan. It's hard for me to get a mortgage.
Okay.
So
I can agree
that
with that.
money,
Yeah.
if you tell me I'm gonna pay something back for 30 years, I'm like, 30 years. Student loans rates is 30 years, just like a mortgage, but you're not gonna give me a mortgage. My criteria is so hard, but you're gonna give me a student loan with compounded interest and capital because that's a note that's due to the government because that's where that money is coming from. So as long as I owe y'all will never be broke. But knowing us, you're gonna be broke because we're not giving it back. So, it just depends. But that's what has been pushed on the agenda. Oh, it's easy to get a student loan, promissory notes. But instead of that, help me get commercial property. Help me get property so I can have a portfolio. They don't do that. They don't push that. But they'll push the tail to go to college and get loans.
So can I say this, cousin?
Yes, sir.
Again, back to what I was saying probably a couple of weeks ago, and I've been saying this for years. School. Remember, education was taught to the Europeans by the Moors, right?
Absolutely.
So remember, and then when the Europeans learned that knowledge is power, they had to strip the power away. That's why we couldn't learn how, we weren't allowed to learn how to read anymore, right? So then you remember there's even stories where it's being told how they didn't want us to read the Bible. Because you had to learn how to read. But that's where we go back to saying that Christianity had that part in slavery where they was using the token so-called Negro to talk to his own people to keep the slaves calmed down. But let's get past that. What I'm saying is this: education, it was being stripped from us so that they can be more educated, again, because knowledge is power. But then when they had no choice but to let us learn the education that our people taught them. Once the education now was starting to be taught, right? That's why I say barriers. I call them barriers. Remember, you go to school, you just got schooling. There was no first grade, second grade, third grade, none of that. You just went to school. But then, you're getting smart now, huh? How about second grade? Every chance to block you from moving forward. Because a lot of times that we learn something and we ace it, right? Well, here's second grade. Oh, you're getting smart again, huh? Here's third grade. Oh, fourth grade, fifth grade. Now let's go to the 12th. Oh, you want a job now, huh? Got to have a high school diploma. That's your ultimate barrier, right? Now, what do you have to have today? A master's, PhD, or whatever, right? So that's the situation with schooling. And you got to remember, it's one big business. You really don't need that much schooling. You don't.
No, you don't.
You don't. So when you get up until like the 12th and all that stuff, you don't need anything, or even the 9th. You don't need nothing really past that to make a living. So to my point is that's why they made education is big business. When you, just like you say, when you get out of high school, people have it programmed in their minds. Oh, my kids got to go to college. That's big business. All those loans and all that money that they keep in the economy circulating is big business. You understand? So, I mean, we can keep on with that conversation all night long, but that's exactly what it is. And most people go to school and end up, what we all know, not even practicing or doing what they went to school for.
Absolutely.
I mean, you have, if it's being rich or whatever you want to do these days, guess what? You don't need none of that. You got people who are getting rich off the internet now that have a 5th grade education or whatever. So that's just what it is. So, but I agree with you on that, cousin. And then let's jump here. Baylana said, we got your sweet mama. So you starting some shenanigans. And Dougie said, is somebody doing a voiceover for Sweet Mama? He missed it. He missed the fact that you are feeling under the weather.
Dougie, don't play with me.
Then Miss J said, that Crete, you're throwing shade at Laugh Out Loud. Sweet Mama G is seasoned. Yeah, she's seasoned. Uh-huh.
And all the good spices.
Yeah. Old Bay seasoning. Half 100 seasoning.
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh wow.
And I look, I got to get up before she get well because she gonna bring the smoke and the shades. So, so we agreed pretty much on that, Cuzzy, on a shown up down round. So now, but that is what happens in that realm. So let me jump back to where we were. And then also like some modern women, they could care less if they have a family or not. You see what I'm saying? Because bottom line, it's a lot about selfishness. As long as they get what they get. You don't think so?
A lot of women, and just thinking about some of the people I've encountered, like from my jobs, working, a lot of them, their parents push the educational factor to be able to make sure that you can self-preserve and take care of yourself if they should perish and die. So that's why they pushed it. Mom not gonna be here forever. Grandma not gonna be here forever. You need to make sure you can sustain yourself. So that's what happened. And push. Knowing some of my girlfriends I met when I first started teaching, a lot of them, because even the father had passed away, mom was ill or something, they wanted to be self-sufficient. So they worked all these years and they just felt like they haven't met the right person. And then some people terminated their pregnancies because they feel like that joker had Mary, Sue, Jane, and Josephine. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like all over the place. They just felt like it was not the time. So they kept moving with their careers to the point where now you're 40 plus and you want to have a baby. Because now you see the light of Jesus, or you see your retirement peeking around that corner. So they want to have a legacy. Somebody to take care of them when they get old. But they waited so long versus how we did it earlier out of just whatever. It wasn't planned. We just did it. Whereas now they like a little bit more strategic. I want to have my own house. I want to make sure I'm comfortable just in case the man doesn't stay. Me and my baby will be all right.
Okay, I can agree with that. And bottom line, a lot of women living in fear. I get it. So Miss J, and I'm gonna help you with these comments this time, sweet mom, because I know we got to preserve your voice. Miss J said, at Dougie, I will be happy to tag team for Sweet Mama G. Look at this stuff.
Come on, this tribe. Look at my tribe.
Just look at it. Would you just look at it? What's up, Big Sis? Big Sis said, hello, everyone.
Hey, guys.
We got Me D in the building. Hello, Miss Me D. Hey, good people. Feeling a little under the weather today, but I'm here to support. And we highly and greatly appreciate that. Sweet Mama G is on the same road, but she handling business tonight. And then Miss J said, at Crete, to your point, let's take it back to the beginning. Black people, hold on. Okay. Black people have been commodities since the Atlantic slave trade of the 1600s. That's, hold on.
Amen.
Yes. And that's true. And that's one of the reasons why we have social security numbers. Because we are a commodity. Baylana said, oh, hey, Miss Leslie. And Miss J said, hey, Miss Leslie. Big Sis said, hey. And then Miss J said, hello at me, D. And Miss Amelia says, Sweet Mama G is a bomb. Okay. Yeah, all right. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, all right. Sweet mama. And also we have Dougie said, did somebody say my name? Say my name? Huh? Yeah. And me D said, hey, Miss J. All right. So as we move on with this, let me see if we can get a soldier in here. Boom. Oh boy, what's up, Darren?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Sweet Mama G got our little soldiers on me, but that's okay. So let's get back to these this smoke here. So now modern women also tend to be a lot more. Well, I already read that one. If you're a modern woman who is feeling lost in this era of confusing modern dating, have faith. Here is some traditional dating rules that still work. All right. We ain't gonna go into that. Or do you want to? Let's go into it. All right. When you start dating a woman, one of the first things you find out is whether they are high maintenance or low maintenance. And I'm gonna tell y'all, typically, a modern day woman is high maintenance. Would you say that as well, Darren?
Yeah, yes, I agree.
Okay. Go ahead, Sweet Mama. Go ahead.
So how do you ask that question? I've never been asked that question.
What, are you high maintenance?
I mean, do you just say, are you high or low maintenance, girl? I mean, how do you say it?
No. That's something that you see. That's something that you experience.
So give me an example of, okay, level up coach. I'm going to come back to you, Crete, because you old. So level up coach. How would you approach that situation to find out? He's so old, he's looking for his little amen in his nose.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
You saw me, cousin.
You was waiting for it. So he said by the way she look at what she. So how can you figure that out, Mr. Dameron?
Well, it's the way how she carry herself too. If she getting a lot of attention and stuff, I mean, that right there says a lot about her. But like getting her own attention though, as well. I mean, you got to look at the work that they get done too. Sometimes they have these BBLs and stuff like that, and they got their breasts all out. So any woman that's not really traditional to me, I just think they just high maintenance. Because usually women that's traditional, usually have self-respect. They don't have all them tattoos all over their body and stuff like that. And anything that's attention seeking, to me, is high maintenance. And if you
let me cover my breasts and my tattoos real quick,
it seems like you're well on your way to high maintenance, Sweet Mama. Go ahead, Darren.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Well,
so when you, I'm going still okay. When you like try to like well, so women get mad when men have standards and whatnot. But let's just say if you say something like on the line, something spiritually, so she was like, "Nah, I don't think it's gonna work out between me and you." And if you try to like have a conversation like what we doing, like you trying to debate her, she get turned off too. So she feel like that she better than a man for the most part. And so I mean, women do have it way easier than men for the most part in life. It's up to them whether or not if they really want to like deal with that type of man and settle down, or either they might be let me see what's the word I'm looking for. Sometimes someone be setting their ways when they get a little older and
so
stuff. So they be like, well,
no, wait,
5
okay,
minutes.
so
cousin, 5 minutes.
Okay,
5 minute rule.
I want to see what you mean by stuck in the ways with the man.
That was some. Oh, now what about me?
See my friend stuck in his ways. He talk about women stuck in their ways.
Let me say this.
Older men stuck in their ways.
I wouldn't say this. What about a man who is a leader, a man who is successful? So you mean to tell me that they stuck in their ways? What about if the father has been raised into the household, with kids into a household, mother and father? Is that father, is he stuck in the ways by telling his wife and kids what to do around the house? What about the leadership? A man.
No. But see,
okay,
he shouldn't have to do that. If he has that wife and woman, she should automatically know. I was just telling my cousin before we came on Crete, do you hear my wash machine? because although I'm single now, my child is grown, I'm not married currently, I still have a pattern of what I do. I don't care how sick I am. We was talking about funky houses before we came on. Like I said, do you hear my wash machine? Because I have a pattern. No matter if I'm sick or not, I'm going to clean. Because I said, what I did yesterday, I'm still going to do it as a person. But we were talking about how you can tell a woman is low or high maintenance. Now, Crete,
yeah,
season.
I was go ahead.
You just like season.
Okay.
How can you tell if a woman is high or low maintenance? I want to hear this from her parents. Say you met her at the Starbucks. So you don't want to go to way expensive yet. You go to a little Starbucks, get a little, little nibblets. How do you know, Crete, if she high or low maintenance? You said from appearance.
I'd say conversation and experiencing her, not experiencing her like like I did something with her, but I'm talking about her ways, like talking to her. You can easily through conversation find out where somebody's mind is. You see what I'm saying? Like I can tell, and of course sometimes through the visuals.
Give me some examples.
Examples of what? The visuals or
the visuals
talking?
That she might be a high or low maintenance.
Oh, easily you can tell. Cars, clothes.
Yeah, a woman, driving a Mercedes-Benz. Oh yeah, for sure.
The energy that she has, you can tell. That's just like you can tell a Pookie. I'm right.
I'm gonna tell you this: how you notice that most women that do drive the Mercedes-Benz and BMWs, they use the men that they usually would are usually the men that's beneath them. From what I've seen, from my experience and stuff, and
so
like, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. So let's say you saw Miss Ma'am at the Starbucks. You meet her. Let me cover my breast and my tattoo real quick.
Oh Lord.
So say you met at the Starbucks. She had her nails done. She had eyebrows, nicely done, nice and neat. She had a designer handbag. She had a nice little lip on that. A whole bunch of makeup. She may have a little tattoo or two. Would you think she high maintenance? You say yes?
You talking to Darren, right?
Darren, the level of Coach King, whatever.
She could be high maintenance, but for the way how she carry herself, it all depends on about what the man does with with the woman, what type of date we going on. If she like have a disagreement on something like where she feel like no, I want to go on this what I'm used to, then I know that's high maintenance. That's because a girl have a Birkin bag or whatever, or some type of stiletto shoes and a nice car. I mean, it's best to get to know a person and how they action and how they move with their actions.
So it does not have to.
If that makes sense.
Right. So it doesn't have to be her initial appearance. Like if she's well groomed, she got her nails done, hair done, just the eyebrows, people get the little face and stuff. You wouldn't consider her high maintenance from looking at her?
Not really. Like I said, I mean, it will be in a way, but not too much for real. Because like I said, it boils down to like what is her mindset at when she like sitting across from you talking to the man and woman conversations, and if you try to plan something like where we gonna go, like okay, I want coffee, Starbucks. No, I think we should go to a 5-star restaurant on our first date. I'm like, damn, Or I'm used to it all depends on the conversation. Like let's just say the previous guy that she dealt with. If I'm not doing any of those things, and she say, well, this last guy, my ex-boyfriend, he bought me this, he bought me that. It's when you hear what the guy is doing for that woman.
Can I say something?
Hey, Darren,
if you had a mature woman, that wouldn't even come out.
In the corner. Go ahead.
But if you have a mature woman, that wouldn't even come out. See, what people do, they give out too much information. I don't say, oh, well, my last boyfriend used to take me to plays and we were here. That ain't got no factor to do with me and you. See, that's the thing. People tell too much information on the wrong stuff. That's not something. If you get a woman like that that's doing that, you need to cover. I'm not comparing no next man to Darren or whoever. I'm dealing with you. You may not have the means. I don't date the same type of man. I might like what I want to call him a hood. I may like somebody who's a little bit more rugged, and then I might like somebody who's professional. It's just how my chemistry with that particular person.
I need you to call up cousin
because
Pookie.
I'm a versatile person. I may look conservative, but trust me, I can get it going.
I need you to call up Cousin
And
Pookie.
Okay.
I can wear my little designer crap because that stuff I bought. My nails, me. Tattoo, yeah, that was a liberation thing from getting divorced. So you gotta be careful. So although I don't drive Mercedes Benz, I'm a girly girl. I like Trackhawk Jeeps, SRTs. So I'm a car fanatic. So you know how much those cost? $104,000. Way more than a Mercedes Benz.
Yep.
That is a Dodge, right?
A Jeep?
Yes, Dodge.
It's a Dodge, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Chrysler.
All that.
And somebody would be a idiot fool all in the same word to pay that for a freaking Dodge.
They want
know
the
you-
SRT
Right.
experience.
Yeah,
They
you
want
make sure
the-
you make sure
The
you call
Jeep
me.
Trackhawk experiences, they are expensive. But that's the type of stuff I like. It doesn't have, I got this type.
Do you do realize that? See, I'm
Right.
into cars too. I'm pretty sure DJ Crete seen some of my pictures on Instagram. You do realize you can buy an older car and just get a motor, which is called the LS swap, and then swap it for way like 10 grand. It would be just as powerful as a Trackhawk
Either
or
that
RT.
or just go get a Nissan GTR and it'll blow all of that out of the water. And it's low key.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Right, a sleeper.
Yeah, so let's do this, right? So Baylana, no, it was Miss Amelia said define high maintenance. I gave a little bit, but we are going to get deeper into this, deeper. Then we have Miss J said at Crete, please define high maintenance. Ooh, everybody want. Let me see. Then Me D said, I was just about to ask that, Miss J.
Coming for you.
Okay.
Bruh.
Then we have Baylana said, I mean, I got tattoos and I definitely am not high maintenance. Darren, she was referring to when you had said that earlier. What's up, brother-in-law? Brother-in-law Tony in the building. We need your help tonight, Tony. Just tell her I'll handle little sis, so it won't be no smoke. But we need your help tonight. Baylana also said Darren be trying to start a fight here tonight. And then also Miss J said, based on Darren's definition, all high maintenance women on the panel say, yay, I'll start. Then also Miss J said, yay. And then Baylana said, yay. But I'm really not. And Miss J said, hey, Baylana, laugh out loud. I'm still waiting on Crete's definition. Oh boy, y'all gonna get my definition. Crete's definition takes patience. Dougie also said if she don't eat off paper plates and plastic forks, she high maintenance. I can agree, Dougie. At Dougie, that deserves an amen. Can we get our yays up?
Yeah.
Oh man, how about getting these likes up? And then y'all yay. And Baylana said at Dougie, amen. Dougie, laugh out loud at Miss J. And Miss J, at Darren, you keep flipping back and forth. You've got to pick one of your definitions. And then brother-in-law said, wait, laugh out loud. Sweet mama, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what he's talking about. And then also Baylana said Jeep, Dodge, all Mopar. Yes, exactly. And then Baylana said all Pookie cars. Yes, that's the symbol for Pookies.
I guess I'm a Pookie.
No, Pookisha.
Pookisha.
Yeah.
I won't be Kevin. I'm bougie.
Okay. Brother-in-law said, wasn't watching. I had to look though. It was Excel. Laugh out loud. Get well soon.
So you saying I look like Excel, really?
No, he was probably talking about the voice. At Sweet Mama G,
wow.
I get it. But even if we don't say it, we are always comparing. It's human nature. The thing to do is to keep it under wraps and make your decision accordingly.
Absolutely.
And Miss Amelia said, yay. At brother-in-law, Sweet Mama G looks nothing like Excel.
Nothing.
Okay, so now we got that out of the way. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. All right. Okay. Now, a high maintenance woman is generally a person who seeks attention and has a lot of needs that need to be met in order to provide it for her.
Yep.
That's super true. And that's what Darren was trying to bring out. Right. And that's part of y'all. That's just a smidget. That's just a smidget of y'all definition that's coming out. Miss J said, can she get the yays up? How about we're gonna get the, if y'all hit a like first, and then, and as a matter of fact, let me tell y'all something. I rode past the Tasty Cake outlet and I saw some chocolate juniors, some coconut juniors. You remember those, Cuzzy?
I still eat them when I can.
Yes, me too. And if y'all can hit these cash apps so that at least I can get that, and maybe Sweet Mama G can get some other cough syrup. Hit the cash apps, y'all, please. Cash apps and the likes. And you know what? As a matter of fact, shouts out to Miss J for actually sending us a cash app, Sweet Mama. Thank you, Miss J. And shout out to Miss Wendy sending us a cash app. We appreciate it. We'll take $1, $2, you know, whatever. So here's another thing. So that was a very good definition, small, of a high maintenance woman. Also, on the other hand, a low maintenance woman doesn't try to make everything about them and finds value in even the smallest things. That's the kind of woman that I like.
Me too.
Okay. And that's more of a traditional woman. Where'd my cousin go? Oh, okay. I thought she was grabbing them shades. So, you know what I mean? It's not, I don't like selfish people. I don't like selfish women. Baylana said, Sweet Mama G need a hot toddy, whiskey, honey, lemon, and a little fresh ginger. Yeah, I heard that works.
You know what works too? Vitamin C. It's like this tablet, Airborne. That works amazing.
I have seasonal allergies. I have pollen and work in an old building. Thank you so much.
Why you gonna say the B like that? I mean, that was pretty strong the way you just said the B.
Baltimore.
Cause I wish I'd have remembered. I got some stuff for you. I'm gonna send it up there too. You put it in your tea. Yeah. All right. So look. Now let's get back to this. Let me start that back over. On the other hand, a low maintenance woman doesn't try to make everything about them and finds value even in the smallest things. This begs the question, what are the main differences between high maintenance and low maintenance women? All right. Let me give y'all some aspects here and the personality traits that can help differentiate them. So to ask y'all, and y'all, and sweet Cuzzy G, please stop me. Y'all in the comments, please stop me. Miss J said, let me, before I start that, let's see what Miss J said. Miss J said, at Darren and at Crete, your current definition works. It fits perfectly in marriage. Not I'm dating.
Not in dating, probably.
Oh yeah, probably not in dating. Okay, I can respect that. I can. Now, so here's some of the traits. Some have not value, but high maintenance women always have a sense of urgency. I know that seems strange, but it actually to get what they want.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Y'all gonna have to expand on that one.
High maintenance, highly impatient. So that's why they see the need for the urgency. But see, a lot of times, sometimes that be some other underlining things like a disorder. Yeah. high maintenance women tend to have an undue sense of urgency about every single thing in their life. Hurry up. I need this now. I want this. I want that now. They can tend to be highly impatient and hate the concept of waiting for the things that they want.
Mm.
If you meet a woman like that, fellas, run. H-A, Hall A. 2, since y'all want to be asking questions. Hold on. Since y'all want to be asking questions. 2. Now you can hear this, right, Darren? You still there, right?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay. How you can spot them? Personality. Just as I said, personality. Watch the way they move. Hold on, let me see what Miss J put up here. The difference between high and low maintenance women is perspective. High maintenance women have no place in dating unless they can pay for it themselves. No one owes them anything. That's very true, but ask one of them and see how that works out. They so selfish that they don't want to hear nothing from nobody. We got brother-in-law said, it's too late to run now for me, Crete. All right. Now, let's keep on with this. What am I doing? Okay, so personality, high maintenance, very dramatic. Yeah, I see you ain't saying nothing, sweet Cuzzy G.
Because you told me I got the 5-minute rule, so I'm listening.
Nah, you only got the 5-minute rule when we say something about women, and then here you go. In a split second, we ain't even get the in out. Men. Well, the women, well, the men, you know what I mean? You be on it. So you can go ahead and jump in there.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Miss J said that brother-in-law is saying he's high maintenance. Is he high maintenance? Okay.
Probably.
I don't know. You're going to have to put that in there.
Let them light-skinned men be.
She put you out there, brother-in-law. All right. And then also, high maintenance women tend to live in a perpetual state of drama.
Yeah.
I see some ratchet, low non-maintenance women full of drama.
But remember, you said ratchet. We ain't talking about ratchet.
Well, we talking about across, but it's a whole bunch of people that's always in a state of foolishness.
Dougie said, brother-in-law going to get it from little sis. Yeah, I'm going to have to save him. You better hope I'm still woke, brother-in-law.
Yeah, I'm going to have to hit Amber up.
So also frequent meltdowns, mood swings, and melodramatic arguments are part of her personality.
You got some broke ass women that do that too. So as I think of some folk we know together, they don't have 2 nickels and they ain't dramatic.
Amen.
There's a whole bunch of broke ones that's dramatic.
Right. Then and then brother-in-law said, I'm not any maintenance. I'm just me. Okay.
Sure.
Now let's get on with this. And y'all can bring the smoke anytime y'all want.
Well,
go ahead, Darren.
Well, see, another thing I'm looking at too on the bro chick could be kind of high maintenance too, but them type of bro chicks usually, the beauty. And she like a 9 or a 10 because she can just go off her looks to be demanding and selfish too now. So that's the part I'm talking about. If she a broke chick, she might not have a career job or no job at all. Might live with her parents still.
Right.
Or maybe or either she might have like 4 or 5 kids too. Same thing. You got too many simps out here that praise her on social media. So I mean, that actually messed up a lot of women too. Being able to freely get validation easily through social media, and now their heads about the size of the Goodyear blimp.
But if some of y'all men weren't so desperate to do that,
5 minutes, cuzzy.
Well, what type of man?
What I'm
No,
trying
no,
to
no.
tell
Let her
y'all,
talk.
5 minutes.
Oh,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
she know good well that 5 minutes. Go ahead, Cuzzy. Go ahead.
I'm forgetting my thought. I wait 5 minutes.
Go ahead, Cuzzy.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying like if the men weren't acting so thirsty or trying to get it to be baby father number 6, they wouldn't be like that.
So what about
Amen.
the men that actually he career focused and he focusing on family and all that stuff spiritually? What about those men? Those men ain't being thirsty because
But
usually
they looking
women are
at
attracted.
her, but they looking at her on social media. If you supposed to
I
be a
mean,
high value man, why are you looking at that type of woman then? You already gonna know what you're getting.
I mean, wouldn't it matter if somebody might send a message and maybe heart a picture or something like that by their actions? Anybody can look. That's just like if men would have watched,
So
the
hold on,
P
you said
word.
like the man might send a heart.
Like the heart emojis and stuff like that. Hey,
Yeah, see,
beautiful, you gorgeous
that's
and
what I'm talking
stuff. And
about. If you see she a skeezer, now that's an old school word, learn it darn, because it ain't in your age group. If she skeezing on the Instagram and she hoochie you see with the little dirty baby in the corner, and you give her
hmm
heart, you should get exactly what you get. Because you already know that's not somebody you should be valuing or looking at.
Let
So
me
that's
say
on
this.
y'all dumb men that's giving them people heart. Y'all the one that's pumping up the foolishness.
I mean, that's on the simps. That's on the simps. That they're doing
Oh,
all
I
that.
know some high value men. I see some of the skeezers
You
that they
got, you
giving
got,
the
you
blue.
got
Like,
some
yeah, I
beta
see it.
males. You got beta males with big
Man, I
wallets.
don't even think it's
Beta
about
males.
being alpha beta. It's y'all hormones. Because ain't all high value men ain't out here. Oh, I'm only gonna look for conservative women. They like freaks too. Trust me.
I
Well,
don't
I
like the way
mean,
you said trust me. I just don't like it. So let me say
Don't
this.
you like
Because
it, Creed?
you just put a little bit too
You feel
much
some
into
type of
that,
way?
and it was just a little bit too much. Now let's check this here. Miss J said at Crete, I agree with at Sweet Mama so far. All the definitions you have pertaining to high maintenance women can also pertain to low maintenance women. Well, that's exactly why I said there could be an underlying situation like disorder in that. So everything that I said, and see, y'all won't understand this because y'all females or y'all women, right? Y'all didn't, unless y'all dated another woman. I experienced this, okay? And when you have high maintenance, you can tell that. You can tell. Everything that I just said is there. But also, can you agree that it can be a disorder in there? Can you agree with that, sweet Cuzzy?
It
And
might
you
not
know,
be a disorder. It
okay.
might be a way she have adapted to some past life experiences. Having a disorder is different from a past experience.
Let me ask you this. Let's say when people be dramatic, loud, insecure, that could hold partially to being a narcissist or just having a personality disorder.
Or it could have been I had a client say they were they have a sibling, the sibling was the older sibling. They felt like they weren't heard as a youngster. So that's why they're so extroverted now as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a disorder. That's
No, that's
just
just them.
right,
Right.
trying to feel like they want to be heard in the world because they weren't, but that's not considered a disorder.
But you know what? You know what's funny? A lot of people like that end up having a disorder
Oh, eventually, yeah.
because the upbringing
Mm-hmm.
sends them that way.
Oh, anxiety, depression, yes.
Yes.
But
So
one
so
less
let's say this.
diagnosis was ahead.
Right. So let's say this. Let's say if you met them in the time when they didn't strongly have that disorder, it was fine. But then you still with them, and 5 years later, it changed. Now it becomes a disorder.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say it could go both ways. Another thing is this. Now we're gonna move on to the next. Also, I'll start that back over. Frequent meltdowns, mood swings, and melodramatic arguments are a part of her personality. They may literally make a mountain out of a molehill. They can't digest minor inconveniences and tend to make a crisis out of every situation.
You know, when I see that, that's like a blanket definition. It reminds me of my ex-husband. Just crisis out of like a pilot light blowout, something. He just spazzed, and I'm like, that's something. You know, some people just can't handle anything outside of their routine. If they got to do one extra thing, it's like, you know, they're all over the place. Get one extra thing to do in life, and I don't want to do it. So they become difficult.
Okay. Right. So now, Miss J said at Crete, I can agree there can be a disorder. Some of the traits you listed sound such like a disorder, i.e., narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and so on. Thank you. So, I mean, we're in line of thinking
disorder.
Yeah, we're thinking in line now. So also, Baylana said at Miss J, a low maintenance woman will be completely different. She will have patience. She will not have drama. She won't be materialistic, etc. That's very true.
I'm trying to on the cusp with that one. I'm not considered high maintenance or low according to everybody's definition. If I want a designer handbag, I'm gonna go buy it. If I'm gonna get my nails done, I'm gonna go do it. They ain't got nothing to do with no man. I don't say, oh, a man need to get my nails. No, because that's a routine. Just like me getting my hair done and whatever else I want to do, my eyebrows, whatever I want to do. And to say she has patience, I don't necessarily have patience depending on the situation, but it's just some of these definitions of what's high and low maintenance is. I get it, and that's everybody can have their opinion, but just because a person having patience or they're not dramatic, or I can be dramatic if you want me to be, but I've just learned I tune people out. So you can be dramatic all you want. Popping off.
Let me ask you this. You just said, I'll be dramatic if you want me to be. Why would you allow somebody to want you to be dramatic?
I'm not going to be dramatic. I've learned when I was married, he was, and I'd just be like, And then I'll say, you want me to be dramatic? That's how I'll smartly say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want me to be dramatic to get a rouse out you. And I just be like, oh, okay. And just like, I'm like, oh, okay.
So can you say this? Did you learn some do's and don'ts through your marriage?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you can easily share some of this. Now let's flip it from high maintenance women and low maintenance woman to a low maintenance man and high maintenance man. What can you bring out that what I just said out of those definitions? I bet you I'm more right now because I flipped it to a man.
See, that's stuck in their ways type person that want to goat me into some foolishness and use my voice I'm trying to conserve. So that would be my cousin. High maintenance, every Friday, barbershop.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
My little fingers.
So now I can't take care of myself. Okay.
Oh, but when I say that,
Okay. So there's a difference when a man can go late. When a man go to the barbershop and stuff, you know, he might go every week, take care of himself or whatever like that. Now you got another man, he's a model. Now, that's what the world see him. So he might put a little makeup in and all that stuff. He gotta be lean. He running like he go overboard like 3-4 hours in the gym. because he got a photo shoot. That could be a high maintenance man right there, the model. So it's what the world views you and stuff, and
But
that's
see,
what he used to. Yeah, go ahead.
But no, I was just going to say because he talked about me like, and then if I came on here all scruffed up, and you'd have been on here like, go ahead with your dirty. You'd have been calling me dirty.
I don't never say that. Because Wednesdays you don't look like this. I was telling him how good he look on Fridays, and Wednesday like whatever. Put this hat on. It's rough, rugged, and raw on Wednesdays.
Yeah, it's Wednesday hip hop night.
Yeah, but y'all glistening and shiny with your fresh haircut.
Cause I'll tell you.
You got an old head. You got an old head that somebody grandpa. He always drive a Lincoln and a Cadillac, and it's always clean. And he will, if you try to eat a cheeseburger in there, he gonna say, "No, not in my Cadillac. You better get that on out of here." So that's how you know we got maintenance.
Okay, I mean, it's always good when you have a story behind your name or whatever, and that's even when it becomes being an artist. I always tell them that, So, what's the story behind your name, Sweet Mama G?
This is PG-13 show.
Oh, okay, all right. We'll leave that. We'll leave that to another time. So, okay. Now, hold up 1 second. I'm trying to get this back open here, and it's tripping. Hold on.
Did you read about the Cash app?
I'm trying to open this thing up. Hold on.
Let me squeeze this in real quick. And another thing is too, I done watched my dad trick and simp over young girls and maybe even women his age, kind of sort of. I done seen it. My dad was an out of shape fat guy or whatever like that. And the other women, he paid for this woman rings and get her hair done and everything and stuff like that. I seen it. I grew up seeing that.
So, Darren, can I summarize that you wasn't an attractive person and you didn't get much PUSSY? That's why you try to act like you act now.
What?
You said you had bumps on your face and you was happier. Then you just talk about your dad was a fat man and he had to pay for pussy.
A woman that like I said, I got a thing for big women. I love big women and stuff like that. There's some women, if they take care of themselves or whatever like that, that's cool. But when
go ahead. Oh, he
frozen. No, I think his frozen up. But let me say this while he's going on there. So we have, hold on 1 second. I think I
need to read where
Cash App. I was too good. Now I was going back. Preach Sweet Mama, and then also we have Baylana said, well, I think we need to get a Cash App up now because they are okay. Yeah. All right. So Cash App now because they are in the level up. Coach may need some coaching. Okay. And then also right here we have Miss J says Sweet Mama G Tribe still in the building. Whatever a woman does for herself, long nails, lashes, weaves, etc., doesn't make her high maintenance. I never said that. Did y'all hear me say that?
He said that.
He said it, right? Yeah, I didn't say that. Then we have brother-in-law said, "Oh Lord, SWG." Exactly, brother-in-law. I don't know what they got. See, let me tell y'all something. I didn't figure Sweet Cuzzy G's strategy out a long time ago. See, when Darren comes on,
he irked my spirit.
I know, and you be giving him the business. You be putting him to a test, and I sit back and just watch it. So now you got your crew all wound up. They like Hercules for you. So Sweet Mama G was supposed to have been sick tonight. But
I'm still sick. Look how weak my pretty ass now.
See?
He hurt my spirit. Now, he got off there because of what I said. He was the ugly guy that didn't get no PUSSY. He just talked about his daddy being fat. There's a whole bunch of fat men that get played. Y'all better ask Biggie. Well, you can't ask him no more, but you better look back.
Right. Well, let me say this.
Big Pun, couple of them.
yeah, they gotta have that swag. I mean, you know, what I mean, they had
He ain't got no
swag
swag.
about
That's why he
themselves.
got what he's saying. But go ahead.
All right, so Miss J, S Sweet Mama is bringing it tonight. She's making it plain and breaking it down. Gone, girl. That's why you tribe queen. Boy, now y'all tripping tonight. Nah, I'll mess with y'all. Cause she like bringing Darren the business. And I'm gonna bring Darren back on, and you're gonna continue to give me, huh?
Bring him.
Yo, disappear.
Oh,
Now, there you go.
Yeah,
All right.
Now, Darren. Darren,
Go ahead.
Listen, Darren. Let me tell you something. I told you, I done figured out Cuzzy's game, and what you gonna have to do, you gotta step it up because she keep coming for you. All right, she got her little gang wound up over there in the comment section.
My tribe.
Oh, go ahead, sweet mama. Go on, girl. So you gotta step it up, Darren. Baylana said, Lord, Darren, lower your voice. Oh, yeah, Darren, if you can, I don't know if you have a volume on your microphone. If you can turn your volume down on your microphone, because it's actually peaking on here. And I think he just froze up again. But I'll try to bring him back on if it what's the name? And then lower your voice when you speak to Sweet Mama G. Well, I tell you. Boy, oh boy. All right. And then also brother-in-law said laughing LMAO at Darren's Mike Tyson impression. And then we have Miss J said at Darren at Baylana is right. Queen, Sweet Mama G needs to be given full respect.
Bruh.
See my cousin hating.
I'm not hating, but you know what this starting to sound like?
No, it's not. Respect. You shady cousin.
Okay. We also have here, Miss Amelia said, Darren, we are women. These are the things that we like to do. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing at all. If it's high maintenance, then you have to gravitate to women that don't do those things. Okay. Hold on one second.
Could be a woman that say I don't need a man. Yeah.
Then we have Miss Amelia said, Darren, you are very judgmental. Miss Amelia also said, hold on one second. Some men are attracted to low.
Scale.
Huh?
It said, Darren, you're very judgmental and you put women on a low scale.
Who said that?
Who said that? Amelia.
Oh, okay. And then also Miss Amelia says some men are attracted to low budget women and they should stick with those low budget women. Stop putting high value women down. Okay. And Miss J said, I have mad respect for you, Darren. You're making great points about leveling up. And I got what Darren was saying. You know what I mean? When he was going through something that he felt as though he needed to personally work on himself, he made the difference. And that's what we encourage a lot of people to do, is to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what he did for himself. And then he can share his experience with others and they may be able to, and he can encourage them to level themselves up. Dougie, you better ask Dougie. I'm just playing. Miss Amelia said, true. You should always improve yourself for yourself. Yes. Caller, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Thank you for calling in.
Can you hear me?
Yes. May we ask who you are?
This is Miss J calling in to answer Level Up Darren, Level Up Coach's question.
Ooh, Darren, they coming from your neck.
All right. Woo, man.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, let me see if I can remember, because it's been a minute. I had to think this thing through. But he was asking what my definition. What was it, Darren? The definition of
a definition of a high value woman.
Oh, of a high value woman. A high value woman, in my opinion, is a woman who thinks highly of herself so that she can walk in her purpose and do the things that God has equipped her to do, to be and show up as the best, authentic person that she can be in the lives of others. That person is not asking for anything from anybody else. In fact, that person is giving. And I think that the term that Crete putting out with respect to high maintenance, I think that high value women may have high maintenance, but the definitions that Crete is giving don't fit with that term. And that seems to happen every week. We get terms, and then when we get definitions, they don't match up. So it throws everybody off.
Okay. I have this thing that I say, you'll get it next year. And the terms that I'm using, they definitely fit. Like I said, unless you dated a high maintenance woman, it'll be pretty hard to explain it.
I consider myself high maintenance based on what maintenance really means. When you're trying to maintain, you're trying to keep and preserve something that is well established.
Okay.
So if I were to take that term and apply it to myself, then I am maintaining my health. I'm maintaining my financial status. I'm maintaining and increasing my level of education. So I am high maintenance if we were to do it based on our own perspective. But it sounds to me that the different things that you listed, 1, 2, 3 through, I think you talked all the way to about 5 or 6 different parts to that, they don't seem to match up with the actual term.
Well, let me say this. It's probably not matching up to what you are saying because everybody or every woman don't think like you. You understand? You were thinking in a way of a single, I don't know if you're single or whatever, but single woman that takes care of herself and that's able to take care of herself. And you created the level of maintenance that you want, right? But now you have a lot of other women don't think that way. A lot of the women, they want to be picked up and carried away and bringing nothing to the table. But then they have all this high value of thinking or high maintenance of thinking. And then when you said that you being on your purpose, that's fine. You can be on your purpose as a woman, but usually that's for a man. But if you're on your purpose, as a woman,
I'm going to stop you there.
Go ahead.
I had to. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
If I'm of age, if I'm of age, my purpose has to be for me too, because again, according to your definition of high maintenance, I'm expecting, quote unquote, somebody else to take care of me, and it sounds kind of like nobody wants someone to show up, having someone to expect somebody else to take care of them. So I take care of myself, and I have purpose in life while I'm doing that as a single woman. And hopefully men are doing the same thing. And hopefully one day I'll meet a man who's doing the same thing and can go into life on purpose together. But I don't understand what you mean when you say, and I want you to clear that up, that's only men. What are women supposed to be doing who are single? If purpose is only for men.
Well, let me say this. Do you want to go ahead, Darren? Go ahead, Darren.
Ooh, man. Go ahead, DJ. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Okay.
See, already y'all are back and forth and yo-yoing back and forth because I think you probably made a mistake with what you said. But you know, it's okay
that I made a mistake?
Yes.
Oh no! I ain't make a mistake. I did not make a mistake. Trust and believe I ain't make a mistake. But what I'm telling you, if you would have listened to me a little bit longer, you probably would have still had a question, but I would probably answered your question, but you probably would have still had a question.
Oh, so now you're deflecting.
No. I'm getting ready to tell you. If you're on your purpose and you meet a man, are you gonna stay on your purpose?
Hell yeah.
It depends. But before
hold on.
I answer
Okay,
that
Sweet
question,
Mama G
as
said,
far as
heck
whether
yeah.
I'm going to do that,
Sweet Mama
you just said,
okay.
You need to speak to the fact that you said that women, that being on purpose is for men.
Right.
I need you to clear that up. Is being on purpose just for men, or is it for men and women?
You have a purpose as a woman.
Oh, okay, so you are clearing that up. Thank you.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
your
purpose can't be your purpose cannot be like a man. See, at this point, you're living like a man because you don't have a man. I'm just saying, I don't know if you have a man.
Be like a man.
Miss J.
I'm single. Who is supposed to be taking care of me? I just want to know that.
Like
this is what I'm
rely
saying.
on God, and God has given me skills to go to work.
Right. But you got to listen to what I'm saying.
Right.
You got to listen to what I'm saying. When
okay,
you
I am
meet
going
a
to be
man,
quiet and listen to what you're saying.
when you meet a man, if that's
when
the
I
case,
meet a man. Okay, so now we've gotten from being just single to now it's time to meet a man. Okay,
no, what I was going to say to you was that when you meet a man, are you going to stay on that same purpose?
I am.
Yes, I'm going to stay on that purpose when I meet the man. I mean, just because I meet a man doesn't mean that I stop purpose. All of a sudden, I'm just going to end up homeless without a house or anything.
No.
I'm asking.
So are you going? So what type of man are you going to accept that you're going to bring in in order for you to stay on that purpose? Because
now we've gone from meeting the man.
Don't act like I'm changing what I'm saying because I'm not.
No.
You got to listen to what I'm
saying.
saying.
Man. You were very, very specific. You said when you meet a man. Are you going to know your purpose? And the answer was absolutely yes. Now, if you want to take it another step,
I'm going to take it another step.
I decide that we want to be in a relationship, I'm going to still be on my purpose until we decide we're getting married and changing the direction of our lives as a couple. Then that would be
okay. Well, let's do it like this then. Okay. When you go to get married with this guy, because I was trying to give you the benefit of doubt that you don't meet him and just drop in and marry him. But let's say when you go to marry him,
that would be stupid.
Let's go. No. A lot of people do that though. A lot of people do that. But then a lot of guys ain't gonna hang around a couple years. If they really want to get married, they're not gonna hang around a couple years. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But when I'm asking you, when you go to get married, are you gonna still be on that same purpose that you're on right now?
Like I said, that depends. I mean, I can't see into the future.
No, it don't depend. It don't depend. Because at this point, no, listen.
Everybody a purpose in life. That's why we're created. We're created for purpose.
Darren, you might have to turn your mic down, Darren.
Oh,
but go ahead. Say what you want to say, Darren.
Okay, can y'all hear me? Yeah. She right about. It do depends. Cause guess what? It's gonna have to be a guy. He gonna have to make way less than her. She gonna run the show.
Yeah, but see,
let me say this. Let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this to y'all. I'm not gonna stop being a doctor just because I get married. That's my profession.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna stop being a doctor.
I get that
because that is my purpose.
Thank you. I
can be in corporate.
I'm in the same boat as Sweet Mama G.
I can be in corporate, but I choose to be a healer of people.
Okay, that's fine. You want to name some more?
Go ahead, name.
But what I'm trying to tell y'all, that don't work like that. Go ahead.
Sweet Mama G and Darren, you are all making the same point throughout all professions. All professions. If people are working outside of the home, there's going to be less time together, less time for the family.
And that's the reason why it's less marriages and more divorces.
Now 100%
exactly.
I agree.
And broken families too.
There's always a caveat. You have to give caveat to everything. Everything is not a blanket statement. Everything is not 100 go this way or that. There's always exceptions to the rule. And the point is that there are people out there that I'm sure we all can find that have made successes out of even those high maintenance type jobs. It's not really about the job. It's not really about chasing the money. It's about the two people having a intelligent direction that they're both going in. When I say intelligent, it's one that makes sense for both of them. Again, it goes down to two people. I'm sorry to use these clinical terms, but congruently heading in the same direction and working the same goals and plans together. There are successful situations out like that, just as well as there are successful situations where people don't make much money and they are making it work with what little bit that they have. It's not based on the money; it's based on what the people are willing to do together.
Let me say this.
Communicate.
I hear you,
Mm-hmm.
and it don't work. Marriages do not last these days, and thanks to the wife. First of all, I grew up in a household where I seen it work, and guess what? My mother was not out there cranking out hours for somebody else. My mother was a mother, was a woman. Nowadays, you have a lot of single women.
Household, Crete.
Now you have a lot of single women out here. Now you have a lot of single women out here. Now you have a lot of single women out here cranking out hours, wanting the PhDs, this, that, and the third, and they single.
What's wrong with that?
Mm-hmm.
You sound like it's
what's wrong with y'all purpose? Y'all purpose is supposed to be
your purpose. Yeah.
Let's go back to the Bible. You supposed
you
to.
You can't tell me what my purpose is. The singleness, biblically speaking,
it sounds like a Kevin Samuel show.
Women who are there are women who are single in the Bible who are on their purpose in the Bible. So if you're going to use the Bible as your basis, keep in mind that the Bible is from Genesis to Revelation. We have people in the Bible who were single, who were doing their thing. Dorcas was one of them. You had Deborah, who was a prophetess, who was doing her thing. There are people in the Bible throughout who lived single lives and did purpose for God.
And then you have divorce in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you do have divorce in the Bible because of the heart.
Who got divorced in the Bible?
Men divorced women.
Who?
If you want to go biblical, Crete, let's go biblical.
Who got divorced in the Bible?
God gave Moses the permission to allow for divorcement because of the hardness of the hearts of men. They found stupid little reasons to leave their wives.
Who did he divorce?
Excuse me? I'm not talking about who he divorced. I'm talking about God giving human beings the ability to divorce. God did this.
I know, man.
He gave Moses the permission because of the hardness of heart. That question was asked when the Pharisees came to Jesus and tried to tempt him with that question about if you get married 4 times, 6 times, whatever, who's going to be your wife on the other side of death? And he said, Jesus' answer was that there is no marriage or divorce beyond death. So therefore, you do not understand the scripture. That's what he told the Pharisees. So if we're going to go biblical, let's be really biblically sound.
I understand the scriptures very well, but your scriptures are different than mine. We're looking at 2 different Bibles. I guarantee you in your Bible, it says Lord, doesn't it?
There are lots of places in the Bible that say Lord. Yeah.
Want me to tell you why? Because his real name is Jehovah, and they erased his name from out of the Bible. They want his name to be a title. And not his name.
My Bible has Jehovah's name listed in it.
How many times?
I don't know. It's a lot.
Okay. You might not want to do Bible with me. But I'm going to tell you, divorce, trust and believe is no. If you go back there, these women were not cranking out hours. They had a purpose. Since y'all want to use purpose, what was their purpose? Mm-hmm. Being a wife and a mother. Not out here.
Not everybody in the Bible was married. Not even all the men were married.
They surely wasn't. And also in the Bible, they said
I don't even think Paul. He was the apostle and the writer of most of the epistles in the New Testament. He wasn't married.
Okay.
So if he wasn't married, and you're using the Bible as the basis for what a woman's purpose is, then everybody in there needs to be married. If that's going to be your only basis for purpose in women.
Okay. Well, if they need to be married. Okay, that's why
they need to be married. No, they weren't married. We're talking about what was historically written.
Right, but you said if I said that they need to be married, right?
Yeah, because this is what you're saying, right? You're saying women's purpose is marriage.
Yes, and motherhood.
But then you're also saying
that's how we create. That's how we
with keep. You is you're saying that, but you're also saying that there's a lot of divorce. So something is wrong because if the husband is supposed to be the head of the wife, then he needs to hold it down so that they can stay married. Why are they?
Don't try to jump in there, sweet Mama G. No, and what number? What number did I give?
Divorce. You're inclusive of divorce.
Let me tell you something. You want to know why divorce is so high these days?
We listening.
Your definition of divorce being high these days, Crete. We've heard you say it on every one of your podcasts.
Okay, what
when
was
you talk
it?
about divorce,
what
it's very
was
consistent.
it? What was it?
Your reason for divorce is because women are working outside the house.
No, that's just one reason.
Well, then give me some more then, because that's what I've been hearing consistently.
You want me to give you another one? You want me to give you another one?
Yes, please.
Because Satan is the ruler of this world.
Okay, keep talking.
People
still have free will.
I just gave you another one.
Satan doesn't make people get divorced. People have free will. They can choose to stay married or choose to get a divorce. We have choice.
And also Satan also did to say, hey, well, you know what? He did make y'all do that. That's why y'all doing that. And don't get me wrong.
No. So you can't give Satan all the credit for our choices that we make.
I just say a Satan one time.
What?
I just said Satan one time. So I didn't say nothing else about him. But let me say this. I'm gonna say this. The reason for a lot of divorces today is very much so for the reason that we're talking right now. Because women have been taught from their mothers and sometimes even their fathers in the wrong way to go protect yourself. Be afraid, be very afraid.
Crete,
be paranoid.
I think a father and a mother telling their daughter to make sure she can take care of herself is very good advice. Because if she relies on someone who cannot take care of Darren, if she relies on somebody that cannot take care of her, what is she supposed to do? Y'all give.
Can I pause you right there? I'm gonna pause. Can I pause you right there? Can I pause right there? Okay, you said that the daughter supposed to listen to the parents, right? Are they separated? Or the parents married? Because guess what? If the parents are married
parents who are saying, "Hey, the times are changing," and back in our day, we stayed together, but we're seeing this trend, and we want to make sure that you all can take care of yourselves, make sure that you get your education, make sure you can take care of yourselves. It didn't. Now, the thing I want you and Chris to understand is it didn't change my value. It did change the value of what I believe marriage is, but the reality of what happens in this world is still real.
Let me say this.
This was going on.
Parents can only be.
Okay.
Go ahead, Darren.
Let me tell you this. This was okay. So the parents are married, right? So they made it work. So right when the 70s and the 80s, that's when things started to change.
Well,
the workforce for women and everything.
A lot of things have happened since the 70s and 80s. We've had social media. They've had, unfortunately, Crete would probably be like, oh, yeah, and hit the A-band button. They've had the women's lib movement and feminist movement and all of these things. Now, I was born into that. I didn't create that. Okay, I didn't create that. It's just the way it is. But even prior to, during World War I, it wasn't even so much the women's lib movement. During World War I, guess where all the men were?
At war.
They were at war. Where did that
women had to go to the workforce,
go into industry and create uniforms and so on and so forth. They had to work. That's where it really started. If we really go back and look at the history of women working outside home,
they had to play their part.
To Crete's point, I get it, Crete, but the reality is things change, and we had nothing to do with it. World War I happened way before I was
you have a lot to do with it. Want me to tell you why? Because what happens is, okay, you're working. Yes. Let's say if let's say if you're a young woman, then you get into your teens, and now you're in your 20s, and you're not married yet. You have to work until you get married, because now you're at an age where either you have your own. Well, usually back then you didn't have your own place, but you had your own place. You had your own place, and then, or if you stand with your parents, now you're gonna have to contribute to the household, and now you're working. But now things have gotten so crazy where women started working, want to get all these accolades and these.
Well, Crete,
hold on one second, please.
Think about
businesses. They want to get businesses too. Businesses. Go ahead.
Let me say this, and then when y'all start working to all these different levels, now y'all don't want to let go. I'm a PhD, and I'm gonna stay a PhD. I don't want to be a wife.
We want to let go if that is what we're accustomed to. See, I hear what you're saying, but think about it like this. Let's go back to World War I, when the women were all at home and the men were working, and then they all went to go to war and the women had to work. When World War I ended, we also were left with what they call casualties. You had men now with PTSD. You had men now who were amputees and still couldn't work and do the things they needed to their family. And we had men that were dead. They didn't come back home. And war has continued since that point. And therefore, I was born in the 60s, was born into a system that was already set up for me. So you can't punish me with, as they say, brutality for a system that was set up before I got here. This is just, I know that you like to think in traditional sense, and I know you like to think like before the 1940s, but this is not 1940s. Things have changed and brought us to a different trajectory, and we have to conform. That's just, if you look at the movement, we have to conform over a period of time. Things will be different even after we're gone and our grandkids are here.
Let me say this, though. I totally understand what you're saying. I do.
Yeah.
But you do not. That's a choice. Especially y'all. That's a choice. Y'all getting ready to start seeing people go backwards. People are tired of being slaved by what the United States and just this world has. And guess what?
I agree.
They about to start letting go of their houses. They about to start camping out. Because
I do know someone who's already done that, so you're right.
Okay.
But see, you are making my point very clear. You're saying things are changing. Things are ever changing. And what we have to do, I 100% agree with you with the way it was traditionally. And I wanted that, but I discovered that I couldn't have what I wanted because of the fact that my generation was going to jail. My generation was smoking drugs. My generation just wasn't showing up the way my father's generation did.
It's always a guy in the friend zone. I'm going to tell you that.
When
There's always a guy in the friend zone.
Working, what was that now, Aaron?
There's always a guy that's in the friend zone that say, hey, you know that he got potential. You know that he not drugs, and some women might call him lame and all that stuff because he don't gangbang and all that stuff. Yeah, but it's always a guy in the friend zone. Well,
see, Darren, you're making another good point. There are women that are attracted to that. But again, see, everyone's making different choices. It's really as they say, a modge podge of just badness that has happened over a period of just only a decade. It was, if you think about it, in the 1960s during the civil rights movement, when we were just babies. I don't know about you, Darren. You probably weren't here yet, but when we were just babies and our parents were teenagers and in their 20s, they had to fight against police brutality, dogs, house burning, low wages, so many things. So as things did get better, it makes sense that my father, who was raised in the 60s, said to my sister and me, y'all really need to hold it down because it's just not like it used to be. So it would be so nice to have other people who have been told similar and we could pull together and maybe go back to tradition. But that to me is just going to be on a case by case basis.
Let me say this. We're going to be very honest from the beginning. And we bottom line, all this is a choice. If you want to go and receive all these high rankings in schools and stuff like that, go right ahead. You can do that. That's your choice. But then if you don't want to live like that, it's your choice. Because the more, my boy Biggie said it best, more money, more problems.
More problems.
If you want to keep doing that, you're going to keep getting caught up in the system. Keep going. One day you can just shut it down and go back and simplify your life. I've done it and I'm still doing it.
Okay,
they do have an option though.
So Crete, I like that you've done that. And I'm hoping that you're influencing other men to do that, because the men that I know don't seem to have the capacity to do what you've just described. And it's not their fault in a lot of instances, and in a lot of instances it is their fault. So they have to take their responsibility for what they are doing, so that women don't feel the full brunt of the responsibility of what has happened. But right now, the reality is we do. And it's unfair, but it's our reality. And if a man wants to come along and quote unquote rescue women from that thought process or be that head and whatnot, you have coliseums full of single women who would love for a man to show up like that. Where are they?
Amen.
Why haven't they shown up?
Let me tell you something, because you have a lot of men that did not grow up with good men to show them the way.
Right.
It's a lot of men. And see, you got to remember, now we got to go back to the system again, how the system was set up not for us. And and don't get me wrong, I am not going to sit here and keep trying to protect men, because we all have issues, situations that we got to work out. And us as people have a lot to work out. So I'm just saying, I'm going to always try to be the best me that I can be. I can't speak for other gentlemen, although we need to stick together and some men need to listen. Same thing for women. And I'm not trying to throw anything on women, whatever, but a lot of people need to listen, male or female, and stop being so materialistic and stop trying to get so high in certain things, because what you're going to do is really drive yourself crazy. I mean, let me tell you something. Some of the greatest vacations actually consist of going nowhere. So a lot of the stuff that we keep reaching for, sometimes it's purposeless. Sometimes the money that certain people make, sometimes you don't even have to lift a finger. You see what I'm saying? It's how you work it. So all this talk and everything, there's a way that you can live and have a woman that don't have to do much of nothing and be there to support you and take care of you, and you take care of her and support her. Yes. And not have to do all this stuff. So all that living in fear and trying to build up and get all these high awards and all that stuff, you don't have to. You don't have to do it. But I appreciate everything you said, Miss J. I mean, seriously, that was some good stuff. And you're right about a lot of it, but we have to stop living, and something we need to stop living for the system. Stop trying to impress the Joneses. We going to go to another one. Critics, high maintenance, strongly opinionated critics. High maintenance women are also fierce critics. Need to control. They see the need. High maintenance dictates terms of relationships. Now she's trying to control the relationship. A woman who is high maintenance will stop at nothing to get their way. Some of them will be with a guy. If he ain't giving them away, they'll go to another guy.
They will do it too.
5 minutes, cousin. Jeez, cousin, you just can't refrain, can you? I know it felt good. I know.
I said I've been good.
Oh, okay, you have. And then also they need to have a say in every aspect of your life and have to control every part of the relationship. There's a lot of women out there like that. Thank you, cousin. Thank you. Jeez. Then ability to be independent.
Amen.
We got a whole bunch of indies on here. And that's no disrespect, but we really do.
Okay.
And they fight for it. I ain't changing nothing.
I don't think
what
it's that changing, but you don't have anybody to come in that's going to allow you to change. A lot of men I encounter, they ain't got a pot to piss in or what to throw out of. And I just move on.
Amen.
So if I don't have anybody that's her potential. Why am I even going to give up what I'm doing?
That's why it's better to try to shoot your shot when you were in your 20s, because
So
that's what
now
they were
being
saying.
hold
That's why
on.
they were saying this thing called the wall. You know what I'm saying? At a certain age, it's already too late. And so the man that you want is already gonna be dating a certain age group of women. For the most part, as the guy
So,
get older, he tends to date younger.
so let me ask you a
You know what
question,
I'm
Mr.
saying?
Murray.
So
So
go
right
ahead, go
now,
ahead.
do you want to throw just sweet mama in the ditch because I'm too old now?
No, no, I'm,
That's
I'm
a
not.
hundred.
I'm not saying
That's
that.
a hundred.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it
What
because I just
you
recently, not
saying?
too long ago, was dating a 54-year-old woman. I've been knowing her since she was like 48 recently, and she the one that told me about this the polygamy relationship. She put me on game on that. I ain't know anything about it. You
So
know
what
what
you
I'm
gonna do
saying?
now?
Yeah, what you gonna do,
Yeah,
Shorty? What's up?
yeah, because she made way more money than me and stuff like that. So, but I had to, me being young, keep it friendly, with the bedroom thing. But yeah, so
Wait a minute, hold on. Let's clarify a couple things. How do you keep it
Calm
friendly
yeah, go
down,
with the
baby.
ahead.
Calm
bedroom?
down.
Like, what do you mean?
Go ahead. No, what you say? I hit a
I
bump.
said,
What you
what
say?
does keeping it friendly in the bedroom mean? What that mean?
Well, I'm keeping it friendly, and YouTube friendly. But some women, just on a younger guy that they can keep up. I just say it like that.
Okay,
But
it's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead.
it was more. Hold on, it was more than just that. Now, with me, for me and stuff, because like I had put her on game on a lot of stuff that even though the guy that she was dealing with, which was crazy, because the guy that she was dealing with, me and him was the same age. But her prior relationship, it was when she was married at one point in time was the same guy, same age as her. But I was able to teach her some things and come up with different ideas and stuff and show her some things or whatever. But
What
it
kind
all
of thing you
depends
showed her,
on
Darren? What you showed her?
uh okay, me, I was in fitness and stuff, so I like to work out. So she had a business where she had like these little girls or whatever. So I guess they do like modeling and all that stuff. And she had a daycare business. So I'm like, okay, well, me being a young man that have knowledge about tools and know how to do DIY projects and fix on stuff and stuff. So like, okay, well, we can do this and fix that. And I got this idea. We can bring the girls to the park and we can all work out outside and stuff. And also that you got these girls that they're doing like a dance club or whatever or modeling. I say, well, why don't we just get a camera and stuff and do photography and take pictures and stuff? We can invest into that and invest into the business. So it was also helping her dreams, and what she wants.
But
And so
before
I'm
you
like,
said
what?
the woman ain't supposed to have no dream, now you messing with a woman that got dreams.
I'm
They
just
she got
saying.
multiple businesses.
I dated both. I dated both
It seemed
and
like
stuff.
it was a positive thing with the woman with the business because she was so willing to be a simp and go help her with her business. But then you talk about you want the woman not do nothing. Now I'm
But
confused,
guess what? But guess what? It
bro.
was her idea that she started talking to me because, like, of course, other women find me
So she
attractive
drew
and
you
stuff.
in. She
She didn't
drew
want to
you in
deal with
because
it.
you was a simp.
She what? Because I was a simp.
She drew you in because you was a beta.
No, because she was okay with me dealing with another woman. I was actually practicing polygamy, to be honest. Yes, I was dealing
So
with another
no, that's
woman.
not polygamy. That's just being whatever. That's not
No,
polygamy.
no, no. I had two women living in the same household. My
So
dad
that
passed
woman and
away.
somebody else
He
was living
left.
in the
Hold on.
same household.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know. I'm gonna tell. I'll tell it all. I ain't afraid.
Oh
I
well,
had two
listen.
women. They knew what was up or whatever. Two women
So
like
this
me or
old
whatever.
lady was in the
One
house with another woman.
older woman and a woman that was a little younger than me.
Okay,
One
good.
didn't had like a little crappy little job, little part time,
Okay.
and she had like business and stuff like that. It
Uh-huh.
just when they look okay, so one works a lot, I work a lot, so we don't get a chance to spend time together and stuff.
Mhm.
So therefore, another woman, she is available or
Okay.
whatever. She might be able to clean up the house and stuff like that. That's
Uh-huh.
cool.
Uh-huh.
And so both of them work together. You know what I'm saying? Together, like they say, sister wives, whatever. Like even though I wasn't married to one though, but they both work together. But she
Uh-huh.
like, well, she feel like, well, you spend way more time than her and all that stuff. I wonder why is that? Because for one, she worked the job. The older one, she worked the job. She had the business to go to. and she had also had the daycare business, and she had the girls dancing thing. She ain't had no time for us. So I'm like, well, if you a business minded woman, I'm busy. I'm a man. I'm supposed to be working long hours and stuff like that. If I had a long day at work, I want to be able to have some kind of companion when I get off work. So of course I'm gonna spend way more time with her, and that's what happened between me and her. And it was her idea. She cut me off, and I was telling her that. Like she said, she ain't gonna give up her business. No, I'm not gonna do it. I done work hard to get this and all that stuff and blah blah blah. I said, okay, that's
So
fine.
Darren, so
Yeah.
basically you wanted her to give up her business?
After you help her with the
But no,
photography.
the photography thing was something that it was going towards it, but I was actually more in charge of that. But she had a daycare and all this stuff. Now she did tell me that she was gonna quit her regular job and just rely on the daycare, stuff like that. So I was just basically explaining to her and stuff. I show her like, hey, Kim send me videos and what men think. Like men got a voice too. You just can't.
You know what I want to challenge y'all, man. Can y'all stop talking about Kevin Samuels and make your own personality? Because y'all put that man.
Wait.
I say, man, I'm just
Oh.
saying, get somebody other than him. I know it's been other men that said stuff on the internet. Can we use
that's what we doing? That's we doing it now. We just using it as an example, as a starting point. But we doing it now with the talk show.
You're gonna be the next one, Crete
stuff.
Podcast.
And another thing is too, I noticed that when the women be calling on the show, why they don't ever like call in like a video call or have a picture or stuff. I'm not judging nobody. And you also, I like to know. I like to see somebody.
First of all, you all
over
what difference does that make?
No. Hold on. I'm gonna break it down some more. That's what I like about a real content creator.
Questions and expect us to answer them. You need to kind of do.
I'm gonna forget what you're talking about.
I'm going to what I'm about to really say. It's when the man come on the show.
Do you know the answer to that? Oh my.
Yeah. Let me finish. Can I finish? Please? Can I please finish? I would like to see where a man or either a couple come on the show and whether they marry or whatever, or he a man, he got a woman that's following his lead, come on the show, and she in the background, she being feminine, she let him talk, she not over talking him, and he talking on the show like, hey, this is what I got going on, my situation, my woman and stuff. We look up to each other and stuff, and she see me as a leader. That's what I want. I can do that.
It's got shows like
Darren,
that.
Hold on, Miss Jane.
I can bring a woman.
Podcast.
Well, hold on.
See that every day on.
Brother-in-law and
I can bring a woman that's actually a little older than me on the show, and she'd be in the background, and she gonna shake her head, yeah, because she gonna agree with me. I'm just saying, for example.
Brother-in-law and Amber the married couple.
Bring it down.
That right there is showing proof that
I'm just trying to get
the knowledge. It just is showing that it works. Because if it's the other way around, when the woman talking and stuff, and man, he gonna be quiet. He ain't gonna nod, and he got his arms crossed. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just from what I'm seeing in today's world and stuff.
No. So on here we have brother-in-law and Amber. They're a married couple.
Mm-hmm.
And they have commented. Have you been on the show, brother-in-law and Amber? They're a married couple.
Yes.
Petty also got married today too, by the way. And I'm gonna bring him on. Yeah,
tell him.
Yeah, he got married today. Yeah, he got married today.
Congratulations. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's wonderful.
Okay, let's get to these comments because we got backed up over here. We had Miss Amelia said, Crete, what happened to chivalry? What happened to old fashioned? Hey, I'm old fashioned. I'm old fashioned. Like
I'm old fashioned
too. Cookie.
Me too.
So,
I'm still here too.
I mean, yeah. I mean that.
No, you're not.
You can't ask.
But here's the deal. Women don't like nice guys though. See, yeah, 5 minutes. And women don't like nice guys though. That's the thing. We might not show it because like, damn, the women is some. I'm gonna say some. I can't say all women. Some women just don't like it when a man can show you, open the door, flowers and all that stuff, and she's not used to it. If she was used to it, she'd be in a relationship and be married already. And she was used to that. So I mean,
Baylana said, but a woman has a person to be on as well. And also Baylana said, when a woman needs a man, her purpose should change to suit the role that she needs to play within a relationship. That was the point I was getting to, but I know y'all was wanting y'all answers first, but that's what I was getting to right there. Are you willing to change? I said nothing. Yes, you're supposed to be on your purpose, because if you're not married and you're single, shoot for the stars. But when you meet that man, what are you going to do? And I'm not saying drop everything. That's just a conversation y'all need to have, because there's a certain type of man that's going to be there and say, hey, yeah, go ahead and keep whatever. But a lot of times that man is probably making less than you. He might be ready to, you might be his cushion. But, it's certain things that y'all got to look at. And I that's what I was trying to get to, but I didn't get to it because y'all needed other answers first. Baylana said, Miss J, your purpose has to, that's the one your purpose has to change prior to marriage. You have to show.
I don't agree with that.
Hold on
a second.
Hold on. Let me finish reading, Miss J. Miss J, your purpose has to change prior to marriage. You have to show who you are within the relationship and who you were going to be within the relationship prior to marriage, or they will be no. I mean, I agree with that. But go ahead, Ms. J. What would you want to put on that?
Your purpose is something God gives you from birth. You learn that as you go through life. If marriage is a part of that, then praise the Lord. But you don't go changing up yourself when you meet a man. That's probably why there's more divorces, because you're making all these changes. You're not really trusting God in the process. I think people need to remember that relationships are relationships. So you're meeting with somebody else and you're working in concert with one another. So if that's not what Ms. Bayliner meant, then, my apologies, but it sounded like she was saying you have to just quickly align yourself with the man.
You do.
I would say that would only be if that is what you guys.
So most people.
If you're, well, here's the thing: you're going to have a lot of people that'll. I know an example, very good example, where a couple where the woman did that, but unfortunately, that really wasn't her purpose. So their relationship still didn't work.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot.
It does. So
and
that's why you have to stop and ask.
No.
Even more questions.
But you said purpose from birth. Right around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your ultimate purpose in life,
let's
whether
say,
that be of helping.
I know a lot of dudes that's in jail right now. Was that their purpose from birth?
Everybody has free.
Huh?
Because biblically speaking, was it Judas's purpose to betray Jesus and hang himself?
I don't know.
That was a question.
That was a situation. That's a situation that happened. That's an incident.
That's a situation that happened with people in jail.
Okay.
See, you can't make blanket statements, Crete, and only for one situation and not all the way across the board.
Where he gets smacked on his butt, pat. You're a
Judas
newborn baby,
was a baby
but you're gonna be locked up
on his butt.
at 23.
Was it his purpose to be grown, all full grown on man, and to go through the process of being 3 years with Jesus and then betray him? Was that what he was born for? I believe that it said that it would be better that he had not have been born. He chose to do that. So purpose is what you choose to do. So again,
exactly.
You can change.
So you just answered your own question. You choose it.
I didn't ask a question.
You did. Put it like this. You just said that from birth, your purpose is there. That's not all.
Right.
No.
That wasn't a question. That was a statement.
That's right. That's right. I made a mistake and
said. So you're saying
question.
I re-emphasized what I said?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay. Well, of course, I re-emphasized what I said. Yes. Which my emphasis is on the fact that people have to find people that are in alignment with what they're doing. In other words, not anybody is going to align up with you just because a man happens to make a lot of money and a woman wants to be a wife. That there's more to it than that. There has to be. So
you're saying that the person has to find someone that's willing to deal with what they have going on.
What the man's willing to do, the woman has to be willing to deal with the man's purpose if the man is going to be her head, if he's ultimately going to be her husband. But I guess it sounds like
Amen.
There.
What?
The stages, you don't want to do that just instantly or automatically. You want to take your time with that. So you can't fault women for still being single who may have at one point met men who they didn't seem aligned in those areas. So they
okay, but I agree with that. But guess what? A lot of times that is the woman's fault. That's why Pookies
no, it
exist.
is not the woman's fault. Men who doesn't have the same kind of goals that, and things aren't moving in the same direction. Women, I see what you're saying, Crete. You make a very good point that the woman in the man's life should align with the man. Yes?
Yes.
Is that your point?
Yes.
But there are men who will meet women who don't. So keep it moving until you meet the right one.
Exactly. Just plain and simple.
Does this make sense? I got a question. Does this make sense? A man shouldn't fault a woman for her being single, but she'll fault a man for not giving that woman a relationship. Does that make any sense?
No.
Ask that again and kind of maybe,
because
put your back around.
Men are the ones that are giving the relationship, the one that's going to accept the relationship. You giving us what over you? Where is this going? But if a woman is, either where she high maintenance or whatever like that, if someday he don't like or kind of rude, he being combative and stuff, she's setting her ways. There's a reason why he not giving the type of man that's above the woman that he don't want to get her relationship. It's a reason why for that. I'm not following women because they single. I'm not following.
Okay.
I'm not.
Let me.
It's just.
Let me do this.
Go ahead.
What are you saying? But it sounded like Crete was saying that's why women are single, and it sounds like he's saying that it's their fault.
It's whose fault?
But how can it be their fault when they just
because that's who they picked.
That's why they picked them, yes. Again, but what about if you just meet them and you keep it moving? That's different, right?
Yeah, that's if you if you meet them and they don't meet your criteria, keep it stepping.
Keep it moving. But a lot of people don't, Crete.
I like
that.
Whatever I know they don't.
Or whatever
they end up messing with Pookies.
No. Okay, go back.
Yeah.
Let's say a man meet a woman.
I want to hear what Sweet Mama G had to say.
So let's say when a man meet a woman, she does not fit the criteria. They've had discussions. She says she's gonna stay on her purpose. She gonna be a teacher. She doesn't want to be a stay-home wife. If that's what he wants, and she's not gonna, doesn't want the same thing, he should let her go. But a lot of people don't. They stick with, she's beautiful, she's fine, she got good sex.
She'll change when she
I'll
marries
keep her until I find somebody that has become long term.
For all the wrong reasons.
Right. And then she get a baby, then they might get pregnant, and that's
why you have the divorces.
That's why it's not a line. Because if you're saying the man has the choice to choose that woman for a relationship, they just keep them hanging on. And then it becomes a whole big mess. And they fall into the trap.
Right. No, I agree with that. I do.
I agree with that.
You see what I'm saying?
If they got what you want, if Mr. Dern level up, meet a woman, and he talk about this is what I want in a woman. This is the expectations of a woman going forward in a relationship. And she's like, no, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, I want to have kids. But I'm not going to give up my career, whatever. Then he should say, okay, well, no.
All right, let me catch up with these. I think Bayline, I read your purpose. I read that one. Then Bayline says, "Sweet Mama, you are muted on one. I can't hear you." Okay, that was a late one. And then also, Bayline says, "This thing moves slow." The Bible says women should be to help. Yep, helpmate.
Yep, helpmate.
The wife, not all women. The wife. Let's make sure that we're clear.
All right.
Is she talking about
women?
All women?
I could debate that.
Yes. So, but we're not gonna get it. We're not gonna get into that. Shouts out to Yada L. What's going on, family? Sorry, we late for getting that shout out in. Also, Dougie said, move his mic a little from his mouth, and I was going to say that, Darren, if you can move your mic a little bit away from your mouth because it's peaking.
Okay.
Also, okay, and Baby Sis said, hold on one second. This thing is moving slow.
You have people that work at Burger King that are never home because they don't make enough money to spend time at home or with their significant other. Miss Wendy, Just stop in before y'all end this. Yada L said fire. Amelia said, "Hey Wendy." Amelia, I agree with you, Miss J. Amelia said, "So we're not supposed to have an opinion now." What did he say? I missed everything. Amelia said, well, she said, "Hey Amelia, ha ha ha." Wendy said she's confused. Amber said, "Let me clear my nose and my throat." This message is for Crete.
But you tell me, cuzzy.
Yeah, I am. I was raised in the same house with you, and we were all taught to provide for ourselves. Have been listening to Mr. Darren antics. Safe to say he's guaranteed to grow old by his lonesome. And that was from brother-in-law, Snickerdoodle wife, Amber. Miss J. Hey, everybody. The original topic is high maintenance women. Miss Wendy, thanks, Miss J. Thank you, Amelia. Sweet Mama, your expressions are priceless. Crete, what the heck is going on? Shaking my head.
Who asked me?
Wendy. You know that's Miss Wendy.
Crete said, "What the heck is going on?"
I got to scroll all the way down.
We were bantering. Y'all were bantering. Amelia, shake my head. Yada L. I don't know what the emoji smile, devilish smile. Wendy, yes. Wendy said, all over the place. Mr. Mill said, don't come for her. She got a picture. She fine. Brother-in-law said, LOL.
Tell Miss Amelia put a picture up.
It is up.
Oh.
Brother-in-law said he wants a Crete dating show. Wendy, one topic at a time, bruh. Miss J, Darren Watch. Is it Larius or Whitfield?
Laterris R. Whitfield, Dear Watch Podcast.
Okay.
Want to see women sitting on the couch next to their man.
Miss J, brother-in-law, that would be interesting about the dating show. Wendy, I agree with that. Wendy,
it's coming.
Amber, Darren, don't know what he wants. Shaking my head. So if a woman has an opportunity for upward mobility in her career, making more scratch, Skrilla dollars and pesos, she's supposed to decline. That's pure foolishness. And I was going to say the other F word. When he said no. Amber, and this brother-in-law talking to Snickerdoodle. Yeah, this brother-in-law talking to his Snickerdoodle. He said, Amber, just bring it home so I can have some upward mobility. Keep it PG, brother-in-law. Her
brother-in-law just want a PS5. Go ahead.
Her brother throwing up right now from the thoughts. Amelia, you should be dating someone who has the same ideologies and Percocets you want in life. Percocets?
Oh, Percocets, probably. Yeah.
Oh, I said Percocets.
No, but I agree with what she just said. I agree. And that's what me and Miss J was talking about. Like you can't get somebody and keep them for the wrong reasons. It don't make sense.
Bayliner. Miss J, Bayliner, amen. Bayliner, Lord Darn. Lord, your voice when you speaking Sweet Mama yet again. No, wait a minute. It went backwards. Hold on. Let's see. Amelia, you should never change yourself for anyone. You should find someone who loves you for who you are. That was Miss Amelia. And Wendy says she loved, what's the purpose name? Miss J. Laterris. Oh, Lord. Miss J, amen to Amber and Crete PS5 brother-in-law laughed at that one. And we are done with that. Upward mobility. That sounds good about right now.
Did you hit them all, sweet cousin?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay, cool. Because it's saying on my end 100. We had a whole bunch of comments.
174. Yeah.
So and we're gonna snap through this real quick because that way we can get some ending smoke. And I know Cuzzy gotta go. We're gonna get her some Vicks 44D. Make sure y'all hit up them cash apps. Ability, independent. Let me see. High maintenance. Okay. High maintenance women can be independent if she wants to be. If she wants, but chooses to be highly dependent on the people around her. She may enjoy making people around her do chores for her. The things she needs could be done by herself, but will still ask you to do it for her. You saying that's not right, Cuzzy? Miss J?
I'm listening. We listening.
That sounds like a boss.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
I can't see that happening in a successful relationship. It won't last.
Well, it won't, because you have like your Mariah Careys and your J-Lo's out there. When they go do a show, I want fruit. I want 2 tomatoes sitting on the top of the door. You know what I mean? It's people like that for real. I mean, they are so stuck up in the air, conceited and entitled and everything. They are out there. So, I mean, we can't deny that. But let's go to the wonderful women. The wonderful women. Thank you, Miss J, for hitting the like button, everybody. Please, yes, everybody hit the like button. Thank you for that. I want to thank Baylana, Miss J, and everybody who's, having everyone not forget to hit the like button. We appreciate that. Let's go to the wonderful women, the traditional women. I'm glad you ain't say nothing, cousin. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I'm listening.
Traditional women strive to have the nuclear family, a husband, children, and uphold values that some people would see as old-fashioned today. Traditional women also generally tend to come from religious backgrounds. These religious backgrounds have etched in their ideas about what a woman should value in her life and what choices she should make for her future. Traditional minded women tend to have more conservative views too, because these conservative views often align more with family being the center of what matters in one's life. They also don't tend to have issues with family setups that a modern woman might consider to be patriarchal. In fact, that might actively seek out and pursue such a dynamic for themselves in their own life. For the very masculine men, traditional women is actually the picture of what makes a good girlfriend. I said that. A lot of these masculine women are going to end up with simps, with betas. Don't shake your head. That's real. You can go look at some of your masculine girlfriends, and they got some little chump Charlie as their boyfriend. They cannot mess with a masculine man. Like a masculine woman and a masculine man don't work. They're going to clash. They're going to clash every time. So I'm just telling you. Okay, we have, hold on one second. We have some in the comments. Okay, we have Miss Wendy say, I do for myself. And it looks high maintenance, but it's not. Well, Miss Wendy, you kind of missed this one part though, where if you do for yourself, I wouldn't consider you high maintenance because you're taking care of yourself. I'm looking at it at somebody else calling you high maintenance that has to take care of you. He can judge that and say you're high maintenance, or he just don't have enough money to take care of you.
Amen.
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 So that's one thing. And then we have we have Miss Amelia. And if you can explain that to me, Miss Amelia, when you said that is wrong, I'm not sure. Let us know what you were saying that was what's wrong. And Miss Wendy said perfect. And then, okay. And then, oh, crap. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to do a little something, but I'm going to see if I can make it work. But anyway, because I'm going to need you to take over with some questions with, ask them, like, what did I say wrong? What was it that y'all didn't like?
What is it that y'all didn't like what Crete said, probably? Or was it something someone said in the comment? Can you explain, Miss Amelia? So when we talk about, they would talk about difference between high maintenance and what's considered low maintenance, Miss Wendy, because you came in a little late. When you do all those things to maintain your health, it's just like what everybody else said. You're basically doing self-care. You want to get your feet done, your nails done, your head. That's self-care. That's not being high maintenance. That's self-care. Now, usually they'll
Miss
say it's
Wendy
high.
seems to.
Go ahead,
Sweet
Miss
Mama
G.
G. Miss Wendy seems to have the exact same sentiment that I had, which was it seems like the definition for high maintenance, the things that Crete was bringing out as far as high maintenance, that sounded like something different from what we see high maintenance being. But then he cleared it up when he said, from the perspective of somebody else having to take care of those things that we women consider necessary maintenance things, then it becomes quote unquote high maintenance for the person doing
right. Because then
but
people
I don't know that
perceive.
as we mentioned, as far as a woman with with value for herself, isn't really going to expect anyone to ever help her with her self care. Those are things that she does on her own.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it includes things like getting your nails done all the time, where you might be with a man that can't afford to pay for your nails, but if that's something that you do that, because you're in a special environment, or you just like wear your nails closed, you are doing these things for yourself. To me, that sounds like what you said. That's like self-care.
Because a lot of people like to go get massages. We getting seasoned, our back may hurt, acupuncture. That's not being high maintenance. That's maintaining your health, your wellness. I always talk about the 8 dimensions of wellness. It includes your physical health.
Can you hear me, Cuzzy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. I'm
So
sorry.
a lot of that is maintaining your wellness, and that can soothe your mind. Because a lot of people may find getting their nails done, getting a massage, getting their hair done. I know sometimes because I have a lot of locks, somebody lock my hair, I'll try to give me a little snooze there before my next, duty I have to do. Right.
Yes. Or if you're getting your feet done, you can snooze in that chair.
Yeah.
Getting your nails done. I know that I snoozed getting my nails done before, but you have to have some form of pampering and self-care.
Get your feet, even if you buy the little, it's like $20 at Walmart, men and women, the little foot spa, put your little lavender, your Epsom salt, put it there. It can also give you some pleasure principle. Because remember, the reflexology on your feet is connected to your organs. You might have some pleasure zones. So maintain yourself. You'd be surprised.
Miss Amelia said, if you want the woman to stay home and at work, who takes care of her wellness? Since you want to do all that, huh?
She's just a helper. She don't get to be well.
Nah, the man takes care of her.
How he take care of her, Creek?
Ideally, he does. They have commercials out there where women can't even get sick. They're supposed to be at home taking care of the kids, and they get sick. Oh no, you're not allowed to be sick.
Who are you talking about?
Also,
the wife, the woman.
Yeah, the woman. I know an instance, one in particular, someone that I know, whose wife, he wanted his wife to stay at home, and he told her he wasn't responsible for her wellness. That was horrible. That was like control.
And he was the husband.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I see now that's extreme and just crazy. Like, no, you're supposed to take care of your wife. Definitely.
Right.
Be right there for her and something and reach out. On Sweet Mama's face. Don't do the smirk. No, I'm not with you, cousin. I saw that smirk. I had to buzz it. No, be right there for her. I mean, a lot of times you might want to take care of her at the time more than you take care of yourself. You know what I mean? You have to be selfless. Because you think, like, okay, Miss Wendy said, if it were me, would be the perfect word.
Probably world.
Maybe she meant world.
Yeah.
Oh, if it were me, it would be the perfect world.
Perfect world.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Did Miss Amelia say what she meant?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And like that, the traditional woman is the way to go for me.
Right. Me
Like
too.
I don't need all that.
A 60-year-old
So
traditional one. Okay. I'm gonna put that on the profile. My cousin looking for an older traditional woman. These young ones ain't traditional.
I know they not. They lost
We're
in the
gonna get you a
sauce.
60. Yeah, we're gonna get you a 50. How old are you, Miss J? Dr. J?
I'm 55.
There you go.
Now you playing
Cougar.
dating games on here.
Yep. That's what
Well, you
brother-in-law
said
said.
the dating game was coming.
Yeah, brother-in-law said it. What you talking to me?
And Chris
Your
even
audience
said it. He
want
goes,
it.
it's coming. It's coming.
It is coming. I told y'all that a couple shows ago. It's coming.
But I have to give up my PhD though, sweet mama. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my PhD. I'm gonna have to set on fire or just a woman in his life.
I understand. I guess I won't be on the game either.
You got to set yours on fire too. We just have a burning ceremony.
Listen.
Some degrees on fire. But at least they can't take away our knowledge.
We're gonna put our husband dinner on top of the little our booklet.
On the fire that's burning from the PhD.
Right. We're gonna have them stone pots and making the food one of our duties. Out of here.
Bruh.
I wish I
on the word wall.
Right. I wish I would.
And our roll. Don't forget your roll.
Now I have a question, Miss J. What happen if it be a guy that you meet? You know what I'm saying? Y'all about the same age. He might be a little older, but he makes 5 times or what you making. So he be like, "Well, I make 5 times way more money than you. I want you to work for me for my business." And he got his business too. His own little business. Was you willing to give up your consider it? Oh, that should have been a yes question.
I would definitely
I'm
consider
a wait time. As long as I'm on the
Thank you,
payroll.
Miss
As long
Amelia.
as I'm benefiting
That's-
from it. I've had men I've had that have businesses. I don't mind helping. So you want can I ask you a question, Mr. Dern?
Go ahead.
You want your woman, say Miss J. I'm not cursing you with that, Miss J, but she's a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You would want her to give that up.
which is a healthy
If a man,
profession.
if a man has a business, for me,
Dern, level up.
if I want to, for me personally, I mean, woman can do what she want to do. I'm gonna say I'm gonna date a woman that's gonna have time for us and the family. For the most part.
Listen, just because she has
Trust
that
and
profession
believe.
does not mean she doesn't have time for you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that
That's
scenario.
the
If it like where if a woman's not gonna give up something, maybe a guy who makes 3 or 5 times more money, normally they would. Well, no questions asked.
We don't always work for money though,
Right,
Darren.
stop
We're
talking about the
always
money.
just for money.
They want to live a comfortable life. They don't want to go to work. Women don't they hate stress. They overwhelmed and stuff, and they don't if they
Darren,
can
if a man is
be
making the
comfortable.
kind of money you say he's making, he's probably out of the home a good bit of the time anyway. If I'm not raising little kids, I have to have something to do that's fulfilling. Why not remain a doctor and continue to take care of people? Maybe cut back, maybe do it, less days so that I could be there for my spouse. But my spouse has to be at home too. He can't be working around the clock, coming in every day at 10 o'clock at night saying, "Baby, I'm ready for you," when we're both tired. So, it's again, it's one of those things where we would have to, if I met somebody who made more money, one thing you can definitely say that no, I'm at least not gold digging. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some men that make that kind of money, and I do know men who make that kind of money. I know men who make annual salaries of over $1 million a year. That is not stock options, that is salaries. They take that million divided by 12 and they get paid that much every single month in their bank account. And they are working around the clock. It's not always about money, and they don't have a good quality of life. I don't think I
never
would want
get
to
a
marry
chance to
somebody that
enjoy.
makes that kind of
Right. Never get a chance to enjoy what they working
enjoy
for.
it. No. And guess what? Most of them are divorced.
Yeah,
Remarried
like
to
I said.
somebody else.
Yeah. It's not
and
worth
then
it.
And Crete, this is a man that's bringing in this. I think, and then there's some men, and I know, a good number of wealthy men, because of just the nature of the work that I do. And these men will literally pimp their woman or prostitute their woman. So
Easily.
They won't give a commitment to the woman. They just want to have sex with the woman. They will take the woman out, but only in mediocre places, so that there's other people who are in their circle don't see them with those women. They meet those women sometimes in high-rise parts of the buildings in downtown Atlanta to have sex with them. And women are getting paid very well for that. But at the end of the day, these women are pimping themselves out and they're alone. And the men are alone too. And the divorce rate is very, very high.
Because they have
because
options.
of the greed.
They have options. Yeah, it's greed, but they have options. They don't have to be with that woman like that or whatever. And that's just the nature that we're living in this world. See, I don't want no connection with none of that. I don't want any connection with it. It's not even worth. Let me tell you something. Most people, like, let's say when we say, oh, we're going to hit the lottery, I'm going to stop working, I'm going to stop doing all this for peace, right? To have peace. When you win that money, peace don't exist, because at some point, especially if you can keep the money going down the road 10, 20 years, guess what? Peace is going to turn into paranoia. Because you're going to be paranoid now that everybody's trying to get you for your money. Everybody's trying to borrow money from you or get you to pay this. It's not worth it. Then a lot of...
So, Crete,
go ahead.
You make a very good point about the lottery. I don't play it, and I don't want to marry a man that plays it, who can potentially win it.
Right.
No, not interested. I remember I used to tell my friends, if I was ever married and the man won the lottery, I would divorce him so that I wouldn't have to worry about him trying to have control over me with that money. I don't want it.
Yeah,
I agree.
You do? For me, it's not that I'm not interested in money, but I'm not interested in a person obtaining wealth so quickly like that, and then, changing and being a certain way. I don't sit around and think about what I would do as far as helping the world with a lot of money. I don't do that. I know a lot of people who do, and there are people who obsess over it. And I've seen people spend a lot of money on the lottery, and people are in Gamblers Anonymous because of it.
Yeah, gambling is almost like what I was saying. It's addiction. It's like a gambling problem, like alcoholic problem when you like scratch cards and all that stuff.
Well, that gambling brings the demons out. Trust me. Your life will be demonized from that. And again, a lot of women want guys with this money, and if they want men with this money. But what happens is they are not going to be able to live that life with that guy, because their life is going to change. They're going to almost seem worthless to that guy. Like, women be thinking, oh, I'm going to get with him. I'm going to be driving this Mercedes. I'm going to have my big fur coats on. I'm going to be able to shop. I'm going to be like, no. You're going to be so sorry that you got with a person like that. Shouts out to another one of our hosts, DJ XL, just pulling up in the building.
Not unless you Russell Wilson or something like that, maybe.
I mean, that marriage is a mess. Go ahead, Ms. J.
I wanted to ask Crete and Darren a question.
Yes.
I would like to know if this could be your current situation, or what if each of you had several millions in the bank, what would be your thought process when it comes to selecting somebody to be your wife? What would be your thought process there, aside from potential, I don't think I even want to have to bring somebody in my life. They're probably just going to want me for my money.
I'm
at this point in my life.
Want me to go?
I
mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
If I had money like that, $1 million and stuff, I'll probably give me like a Muslim chick though, like maybe a chick from overseas or something who values family and stuff, and that way I invest into real estate and she could work for me and stuff, and I could just relax and then have family and stuff like that, and be part of the family and raise the kids and teach the kids the business. Yeah.
As much as I like overseas, let me tell you something. That kind of money, I probably wouldn't even get married. Then if I was to get married, definitely a prenuptial agreement will be on the table. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because I'm not going to have this female holding over me, divorce and taking money. You see what I'm saying? It just not that, like, that is the most ridiculous. I mean, it's just, I wouldn't want to live like that. And then money isn't everything to me at all. Like, I don't even, again, y'all heard me say this a lot of times. I've never had a desire to be rich. I don't, like, not even right now. If I want to do something, I put my mind to it, I can do anything I want.
Right.
All of us sitting here listening can do anything y'all want. If y'all see something, y'all see somebody rich, y'all want to be like that, trust me, y'all can do it. But be ready to suffer the consequences that come with it.
What DJ Crete, but now it's the laws, marriage laws a little different overseas than it is. I would just relocate out of the US, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't even get married. I wouldn't even get
married.
Never
get
in the
married.
US.
No married in the US.
Yeah. And then if I did get married, one, like I said, prenuptial agreement, or it would not be a marriage, or the state would not be in my marriage. Period. Because that's where you will get messed up. Oh, we can have a ceremony and all that. We married, but not through the state. In whatever state it is in the United States, I wouldn't do it. Miss Amelia said, never give up your stuff for somebody else's business. Okay. I mean, I can agree with that to a certain point. I mean, I did all the being a husband and providing for my family and all. I did that. So, I mean, would I do it? I mean, I don't even want to think about it right now. Brother-in-law said this dude is tripping. Some people are comfortable with regular jobs. Not all. Yeah, I mean, some people are comfortable with it's nothing wrong with a regular job.
And that regular job and stuff. Yeah, ain't no wrong with it.
And then that was Mix J say, hey,
I'm a huge supporter of blue collar jobs. I definitely support blue collar job all the way, because men work hard. We make the roads and deliver the products and stuff like that, and build stuff and stuff. And I'm really on blue collar. So
see, and then it was a bunch of blue collar people that keep this nation running.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you cannot discredit them for anything. And then another thing, it pissed me off because it was one Hispanic guy who was a good actor, I thought, but then just hearing him say the dumb stuff he said that the Hispanics is the one who built the United States. No. Africans, black people. Here. Exactly. And then they learned most of that craft from us, just like the white folks learned most of that craft from us. They wasn't building nothing.
Right.
They got us here to build
exactly
on our backs. This entire United States of America was built on the back of black.
Yeah.
Washington, D.C., the White House.
Built. It's so many lies out there, even when it comes to the freaking the story of Big Ben, the clock. That was a black man who built that clock. I mean, it's just so many lies out there. It's ridiculous.
How about this one for your listening audience, Crete?
Mm-hmm.
How about the fact that the listening audience believes that, or may have heard, they didn't necessarily believe that Albert Einstein, or what's his name, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, but it didn't work until a black man invented the filament.
Hold on.
He may have invented the glass to cover it, but a black man is the one that made it lighten up.